So the next question is, where should I take my bike ride today?
On the bike path.
Well, yeah, I only have the fat bike, which, not that I can't ride that on a paved trail, but it's not the best. It's particularly not the best in like trails that go through town because the brakes are terrible. It's a pain in the ass to stop, more so than usual for a bicycle. From this website that's full of ads. Neat. Portion of the trail is paved, and all the trails for both pedestrians and cyclists. That might be an idea. Okay, so let me try to find that one. Let's see. Trail map. Yeah, okay, so that goes from... Oh, I could just, like, start in Ville, which is somewhere. That doesn't seem like it's too far from here. I think that's where I'm going to go. Yeah, and it's gravel for, like, or gravel, stuff for, like, the east end of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
State forest. Presumably I won't encounter any bears. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you have bears there. You had bears
Yeah.
in the other place.
Yeah, I keep moving from bear habitat to better bear habitat. Like there weren't not bears down south, like way down south, but there it was like if you see a bear, something's wrong, but it's possible. Was kind of
Yeah.
As opposed to you might see a bear, and now it's like there is bears. Let's see. About it's just like a whole nice website for their trail. Okay, cool. Is there any like safety information on here? Like, make sure that you have a shotgun for the bears. I think so. Maybe there aren't bears. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna worry about the bears. I suppose I could stop into... Okay, so this is one of those towns, right? Where I'm staying right now. This is one of those towns that, like, the pharmacy is the store to buy anything that you need that isn't food.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like the town drugstore is like a general store, and they have like everything. And it's like easier to find anything you might practically need on like a day-to-day basis than it is to find at like a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should stop in there and like if they sell bear spray, I'll buy some. And if they don't, I'll assume that I probably won't run into a bear today because that's how I'm going to gauge this. If the place where the locals buy the stuff they need day to day carries bear repellent, I'm going to get some.
But what if it's like everybody already has bear repellent? Why would we sell it?
Yeah, people quit buying it here because it's cheaper on Amazon. Like, shit, that's true. Hadn't thought of that one. I think I'm fine. I'm not gonna like... It's not like I'm gonna like, have beef jerky hanging out of my pockets and like, be covered in blood or something. I mean, I'm not gonna start that way anyway.
Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye and I looked the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you.
Hey Internet, Highway 47 is watching Lower Decks again. I'm Shaggy B. With me is Dracofunk.
Hey, I'm here, and I have some good news for you, but we'll get there.
Cool. Well, this is Lower Decks, Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 3, Episode 1, not Episode 1. This third round, first iteration of Star Trek Lower Decks is what we're watching today. And it seems like my acoustics are a little better in this space, which makes sense because the room that I'm recording this in was being used as like kind of a home studio.
Neat.
But I might sound better. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. But yeah, this is Lower Decks, Season 3, Episode 1, and Dracofunk, tell us about it.
This episode aired August 25th, 2022.
Oh man, what were you doing on August 25th, 2022?
Oh, what was I doing? So, I'm a musician and I have one of the bands I have rehearses in a church.
Mm-hmm.
And like many years ago, the church, like we used to have to pay rent, and it used to
Right.
be a thing. And then the church is like, "Hey, instead of paying rent, why don't you like do a concert for us every year?" And we're like,
Totally.
"Cool, we'll do that. That's better than
Yeah,
paying rent." And
absolutely.
then what happened is one year, like they canceled their event where they normally had us play,
Ah.
and then the next year they didn't do it. And then like
So
COVID happened. Basically, we've been there like we maybe didn't pay rent or play for them for like 6 years.
nice.
And so we've just continued to rehearse there, and they never asked and we never brought it up.
Sure,
And
yeah.
then this year they're like, "Hey, guys, can you do some concerts for us?" So
Okay,
so we did one in June, but we weren't able to do one in July. So we did
Mm,
in August. That was the day we did one of our shows for them, and they loved it, and it was exciting. They served ice cream, and there were people there.
That's the best part of a concert is an audience.
Um, they didn't seem to want to dance as much. We had a couple people dance, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine. That's awesome.
It was a church group, and they just wanted to sit and listen. So we played. They were happy. We were happy, and hopefully now they don't come back and like go after me for 6 years of rent.
Yeah. Oh, you can play more concerts, right?
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and do one more this month, and we can't do the next couple months because of uh gigs and holidays coming up.
Right.
So that is that's what I was doing.
Very cool. I was on the 25th of August 2022. I spent the day in a room measuring children who would come in periodically. And in fact, I was fitting them for musical instruments. But that's what I did all day that day. Uh, you know, working
Yeah,
with a couple music stores doing that. And you know, it was like I think I was there for 7 hours doing that. And it was like I saw like 35 kids. 35 children over 7 hours is not very many,
that is in fact
really.
not very many.
And it's like, they came in when they could.
That is
So
7 per hour.
that is, yeah. But from like 12:30 to like 3 o'clock, I think I saw two.
That's like one child every 8 minutes.
Yeah. If only it had been one child every 8 minutes all day, that would have been way, way better. But like just
Eight
sat
and a
alone in
half.
this room with some, with these music store reps, and it's like competing music stores. So it's like a little tense. you know.
Bob
But
over
yeah.
there, you don't want to get your stuff from Bob over there. You know what Bob does?
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of. Well, actually, I'll tell you what worked out though is that there used to be a third music store.
They ran that guy
And
out of town.
well, that guy ran themselves out of town. Like it was like before COVID, or like right when COVID hit. Like the first thing they did for COVID was they went around to all of the people that they did stuff for,
Hmm.
and said, hey, if we're gonna keep working with you during COVID, you need to sign an exclusivity contract with us. And like everybody rejected that, like the whole region.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that store is not really doing much these days.
But they're very exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, both of the stores that were there, they told that store, like, yeah, we decided we're not gonna really fight over it after that. Like, yeah, okay, cool. sounds good. We can all work together.
Anyway, this episode has an IMDb rating of 7.9.
Oh boy. Well, is it getting better, or are we just getting used to it? I don't know.
This actually has a higher IMDb rating than the first episode of season 3 of the Orville.
Wow. That's high praise. Huh, I don't know. I still disagree with this series in principle.
I do want to state that you actually liked the last episode.
I did, yeah, and I understand that I'm a curmudgeon,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm trying to be fair about it, but But anyway, I'll be fair about this too. Let's see what they can do. They're on stage. Let's see if they can dance.
If they go to the church where I rehearse at, the answer is
Probably not.
yeah.
The Nazarene church, they don't let them.
Oh well. Are you ready?
Yep. I am ready. All right. This is Star Trek Lower Deck Season 3, Episode 1. We didn't mention the title of the episode, so it doesn't have one.
It does.
According to me. Oh. What is it?
Grounded.
Okay, cool. Well, we are grounded in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, it's like a whole splash screen thing now that they do.
It says Star Trek. Just Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Star Trek is like a big thing now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She did the right.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was just about to compliment the film grain look, but then I realized it's like MPEG artifacting. Yeah, there's like shuttlecraft flying past. It's a nice bridge.
Hmm.
I think you don't really. She breaks them.
They'll just replicate them.
True. Since I've been watching the animated series, I appreciate this intro more.
We need to finish the animated series.
I really do.
Just take one day.
Oh god.
Power through the rest of the first season. We can't do both.
Just take a nap and let it play. It's like, oh, we watched this episode before? Probably. I don't know. No, it's not that bad.
Hmm.
I feel like the animated series was probably something that aired on Saturday morning, but at like 5:30. You know, like before Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
We
Picking grapes.
is this Chateau Picard? Because of course it is. Your hair is already grape.
Uh,
Yeah.
huh. Cisco's.
So like, did they restart baseball?
Maybe.
Oh God, catcher so white hot.
Kind of want to try that.
Yeah, really. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. It might be kind of addictive.
Uh-huh.
I was expecting O'Brien, but yeah.
So I get it. I get it. So
You
have
get
you
it?
noticed that the poster for each season is based upon one of the movies?
No, I haven't. I haven't looked.
Really?
No. but I mean, the plot makes sense here, considering Star Trek 3. So
Yeah.
oh, if only there were shuttlecraft outside. You can go back. It's Earth. Just beam there. Huh? Yeah. Okay. That's. Yeah, those are based on the movies. Huh. Oh God, are they gonna take the Phoenix? Oh hey, that's from the First Contact soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, that's where his statue is.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
Huh. Commercial break. We're
Wee.
back. Woo.
Woo. Oh no.
The warp core.
Yeah. Straight to the moon. Oh.
Like, nobody's going to notice.
Oh God. Yeah, there'll be no consequences for this at all.
Uh,
Oh God.
How are they going to get back?
Yeah, really. God, no,
Uh,
no.
oh,
We didn't. You didn't
oh.
have. No, man. Like you don't know. That's not. I've been there. That one, I hear that one, buddy. Catch the Phoenix. Oh wait.
uh, huh. Oh, yeah, there's no plating.
Yeah.
Commercial break.
Wee.
We're back.
Clever.
Uh,
Open the doors.
uh,
Perfect.
don't call me tiny. Hey, Regulus. What?
A little close. Yay.
Yay. Oh.
Good luck. You can't beam through it.
Oh, good. They're in the shuttle bay.
Yeah, it does. That's the fun part, buddy.
Uh, who's Morgan Bateson? That's gonna.
I'm sure it's somebody. Let's look it up.
No, I know that name.
That's the captain of the Bozeman, or the not Bozeman, the yeah, the Bozeman. That's Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you get it because the title of the episode where they introduced
Yeah.
the pack leads was Samaritan Snare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. I kind of want to clean something with a phaser.
I don't think you want to clean that with a phaser. Nice.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
How do I feel? I don't know. I mean, I get what they're going for. It's like I think I don't know. So I guess I'm bothered by like this like the whole way that all of these people operate just doesn't seem like it would fly. It doesn't seem like they would just tolerate it in the world that Star Trek has created.
Can I
It,
go back and say, remind you about the Enterprise crew season 1?
right, but so like which Enterprise first of all?
In the Enterprise D,
Okay,
season 1.
yeah,
I mean, Dato's the only one who technically stole the Enterprise in that series.
yeah.
And I mean, what was his repercussion?
Well, the difference is that they were like the senior staff, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, there's an element of like if you are given if you are given the trust to take charge of the ship, you're probably also given a lot of leeway in what happens with you trying to do things with the ship. You know what I mean? Like,
Can I go back? The Enterprise D was only stolen like 4 times,
right.
maybe 5 times.
Okay, let me make an analogy here. Let me make an analogy here.
Okay.
Okay. So in the modern day, and let's put aside the fact that there's a lot of current events issues going on with this. But if you are a police officer and you are given a police cruiser and you are driving 80 miles an hour with the lights on, you know, down a road, like a back road or something, like that's like, you've got the uniform, everybody knows you're a cop, like, you know, it's not going to exactly be hard for you to justify that in a way that is not going to result in any consequences for you. Regardless of the situation, you're trusted with that authority, you used it, and there aren't going to be a whole lot of questions asked, right?
Yeah.
And in a way, in by and large, I'm not going to say 100% of the time. Of course, we know there's problems with police. That's a different issue, but like that authority and that leeway needs to exist for those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am not convinced that we have established that the characters in this series have the full, have the position to do what they're doing and, you know, and have it be excused. If I'm caught driving 80 miles an hour down a back road with police lights on my car, I'm going to jail, you know?
Yeah.
and that's the disconnect that I'm feeling is like these are not people who should be allowed to be in this position. And I understand that it's a supposedly a kid story, but they don't behave that way, which that also bothers me. But and one of the things that you do when you write for kids and young teens is everybody is like everybody's super special and they're awesome. That's just how we write stuff for kids like that. But they did a bad job of justifying it.
I'm going to disagree that this is technically written for kids. This is written for young adults. This is
Right.
geared more towards the Family Guy style of audience.
Yeah, very much so.
Not
And
like this is not something that I would let my 3rd grader
well, sure.
watch right off.
Sure.
As in, yeah, this isn't geared towards them. This is
but I mean, your average say 14-year-old, let's say, somebody who's like in between that, you know,
Mhm.
somebody who's still reading young adult literature if they read, you know, like you know, that's kind of what I had in mind there when I said kids,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know, and like, yeah, it's like it's just it's good execution of the surface level plot, but with a lot of fundamental flaws. Like it's just they're not establishing the world well, and they're not being true to, like, you know, I don't. What really takes me out of it is I don't believe that the events I'm watching fit in the Star Trek universe. Like, I just don't believe it fits. It's
Mhm.
not convincing me that it's actually happening in a universe that it's supposed to be happening in. You know, like, and you know, like between, you know, the just I don't know how these people get away with this, and also, like, you know, it's one thing if they're like, you know, if it's like if this was Voyager, if they're in the Delta Quadrant and they're doing this stuff and nothing happens to them, but they went to Earth here. You know, like the center of the Federation, and like, you know, if they're, you know, we've watched in Star Trek, you know, at this point in the timeline, Earth has had like 40 or 50 years worth of like threats and conflict, and like lots of incentive to really beef up both their security and their internal monitoring, and like, you know, you know, like keep things like they are not complacent anymore, you know, and it's just I don't know, like it doesn't it just doesn't, it takes me out of it that it doesn't seem like it fits. It really just doesn't seem like it's honest with the world that it's set in at all. If this were, I mean, it's a good show, but it's like you know, it if these were like a bunch of Star Trek fans
Mhm.
in like okay, set this in like a entirely different universe where Star Trek still existed, and these guys are friends because they like looked up in the historical database all of Star Trek and became huge fans of it, and they were constantly making references and using that as inspiration to solve their problems. That's a cool idea for a series, and that's what I feel like I'm watching. I don't feel like I'm watching a Star Trek show. I feel like I'm watching a show of people in another universe in the future who were Star Trek fans and know everything about it and are referencing it all the time. That's what I feel like I'm watching. It's the world that is wrong. Is really what I'm saying.
Oh.
And like the characters, you know, and like I don't know, like I don't know,
This is
you
the
know,
country music of Star Trek.
it is, but like,
You don't
but
like country music.
I don't really like country music.
Let me paraphrase that. You don't like modern country music.
I don't like what they play on GAC. You know, I don't like what you know.
So,
Yeah.
how would you rate this episode? This episode, not the series.
See, that's the problem. Is like, how do I divorce the two? You know, like how do I get from like I mean, I'm like this episode contained a lot of the stuff that bothers me. It contained a lot of the, you know, oh, it's Earth, and you know, we're here, and all this stuff, and like I'm really supposed to believe that at the beginning of the 25th century, after the Dominion War and the Borg stuff and the fall of the Romulan Empire and you know everything like that, that it takes more than like 5 seconds for them to notice that somebody's stealing an entire starship from Earth. When they noticed in like they noticed instantly in Star Trek 3. You know, like
I mean, that was also in space dock as opposed to a dry dock.
right. But it's impounded because the captain is in a high profile trial with media attention. Like
So they weren't worried about the ship because she's in trial. Her crew's grounded. I mean, the ship didn't have any deck plating, so
right. I don't know.
It was
It's just
it was entrusted to Steve and Jed
right.
on Regulus 2. They're just sitting there.
I mean, you remember that station? That station appeared first in the motion picture as an Earth station, and it was upside down. But yeah, I don't
technically
know.
that was right side up.
Yeah,
It was upside down, and
yeah, I'm rating this like a 6. Honestly, it's like on the surface it was good. Like the script was good. Like the plot and the motion and the interaction between the characters. Like if you came into this with no knowledge of Star Trek, it's really good, but that is not a legitimate excuse because they spend half the episode referencing old Star Trek. So clearly you're supposed to know Star Trek, but it doesn't fit in Star Trek. It's just this constant battle between, hey, look at our cool thing, and we didn't even try to make it fit in our cool thing. Like constantly. Yeah, 6. I can't go any higher than that. I really can't.
Well, I see your point.
Yeah.
I think I'm willing more to, because I know what they're going for, and this is this is like their attempt to do a not serious Star Trek, because I feel like there are people who are tired of Discovery being the serious series that it tried to be, and Discovery, at least in the beginning, lacked a lot of. It's like what it lacked exactly the same stuff that the motion picture lacked. It was too serious.
Right. Yeah.
And while they worked on fixing that, somebody got in the idea, let's go the opposite way and overdo everything that Discovery didn't do, and this is what they came up with.
Yeah.
And it's an animated series, and it's meant to, it is geared towards exactly the people that you feel like are in the story. People who grew up with Star Trek and use it to solve their problems.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes those people feel like they're in the story and they relate to those characters. While we grew up with Star Trek, again, this series isn't. It's too non-believable for us.
Yeah, it really is.
And
I think I'd rather watch a series set in a different future, but the people in the future are aware of Star Trek as a media thing. I'd rather watch that. I really would.
so
I'd rather watch some teenagers in say the year 2200 who find records of this cool series from the 20th century and absorb all of it and then try to become like that in a world that is nothing like that. Like that would be interesting to me.
Yeah,
that would be really cool. And that's what I felt like I was trying to watch now, and it wasn't good.
So anyway, join us next week as we also continue to watch The Orville.
Absolutely. It'll definitely be next week for sure.
Probably. Maybe.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Good night.